Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 as Rome. So, as you can see, the map looks completely different compared to how it looked like at the end of the previous episode. It's because, as I said, I played off camera and I played for like 12 turns, something like that. Basically, the amount of turns I had to wait for the peace treaty with Spain to end. So this is the first turn when we can declare on Spain again, and that's the plan for this episode. Before we do that though, let's quickly go through some of the things that happened as I was playing off camera. First of all, of course, we peaced out with Greece, so Greece is now our vassal, and with the vassalization I got like 70 gold per turn on top of that, and then also some trades. I sold like 8 luxuries to him, so we are getting like, I don't know, 120 gold per turn from him. That's one thing. And what else? Another thing, I probably should start with tax. I decided to change things a little bit. I decided, or changed my mind again and decided to go for mobile tactics. There are two reasons. We ended the war with Greece with 172 war weariness, but one turn after the war ended, we dropped 100 out of that, so suddenly it didn't seem like such a bad idea to enter a new era. And also, at the end of the previous episode, we had a great scientist coming up in like 5 turns. So with the great scientist, I was able to get the mobile tactics. Basically the same turn as the scientist appeared, I was able to get mobile tactics. And with that, access to helicopter gunships and mechanized infantry. And this gives us a huge power spike that I want to use against Spain, who at the moment is still the strongest civ on the map. So I think now it's ideal time to fight her when we have a pretty significant technological advantage against her. So that's tax. And then I was also able to get a radio, so I'm working on some broadcast towers, but not everywhere. I want to speed up another social policy, so some cities are working on arts and some cities are working on gold, because I spend almost all of our money, so I have to make sure that until we conquer a few cities and get some extra cash, we are actually making money. Okay, so that's the tax, and now what's the plan? We want to declare on Spain, so here you can see that I have the army more or less in position. I wasn't able to move all the gunships into positions because I basically just upgraded them, but it's fine. I think this looks more, this looks good enough. One thing that happened a few turns ago, I'm not sure who started this war, but there is now war in between Boudica and Spain, and it works perfectly as a distraction for Spanish army. A few turns ago, basically all these tiles were full of Spanish units, and now they moved away because of this war. Actually, is she fighting anyone else? Just curious. No, just Celts. Which means when we declare, it will be so much easier to get into position for the siege of these cities, and hopefully we'll be able to just like progress with significantly less resistance than we would otherwise have to face if she wasn't fighting anyone else. So yeah, this is the plan. We have some more units here and here. As I was moving my units, that was before this war between Celts and Spain started, so I wanted to have some units ready here just in case Boudica did something stupid, but it now is less and less likely. But then still, there is just not enough room on the map here in the area for all our units, so we'll just have them here. And maybe at some point we could declare on Boudica as well. I'll try to get even more units. I'll try to get especially more ships, and then we could maybe try to attack some of these cities. We'll see about that. But for now, I'll focus basically everything that we have on Spain. And I changed my plans. I initially was thinking that I'll just go through Boudica as soon as possible and attack Carthage like from this angle. But I changed my mind because Carthage is all the way back here, and it was this would be basically the longest road I'd have to take, or there is, like to get to Carthage, right? So instead, I'll go through Spain that we have to attack anyway. On the way, we are taking Berlin. Then where is Madrid? Madrid is here. Then we need to take Kyoto, who is also on the coast. So we have to take all these cities anyway. And when we are all the way here, we may as well take Carthage from the south. So that's going to be the plan. We'll completely take control over the Mediterranean coast and then attack Carthage from the south. Meanwhile, while we are trying to progress all the way to Carthage, that's when I will try to build the secondary army, both fleet and land army. And when we feel strong enough, we will attack Bodica as well. Edinburgh is up here, so we could probably go like along the, what is it, Adriatic coast, I think. I always forget how the sea is called here. But we'll go along the coast and then just snap Edinburgh. We won't even have to vassalize her, so it's just gonna be about when we feel strong enough to progress here. When the fleet is basically strong enough to get through to Edinburgh, then we're just gonna like drop some units and take the capital. By the way, does she have... no, she doesn't have authority. Carthage doesn't have authority. Japan has authority. So this might be... these two, Spain and Japan, might be the most difficult wars. We'll see how quickly we can get through them. One more thing, there was a World Congress that you missed. It was actually a bit of a disaster for us because we tried to repeal the sanction against us that didn't work, and the AIs were able to pass passport systems, so it's now easier to get culture victory, but hopefully it's not enough. No one is nowhere near, so it should be fine, and I'll probably try to get rid of that at some point. There's one other problem: multiple AIs completed Manhattan Project, so it'll be very important to get the international nuclear ban as soon as possible, but someone has to get the advanced ballistics to make that resolution available, so that may take a few turns still. But I don't think that anyone has nuclear fission yet, they just get atomic theory. Okay, we should be a tech leader. We have 63 techs. Second behind us is Carthage, then 3 techs ahead of Spain, 2 techs ahead of Japan, and 2 techs ahead of Bodica. I think now you know everything that happened. There are probably some other minor things, but nothing too relevant. Okay, so I think it's time to start this war. Yep. Are there any deals? Oh, see, she still has defensive pact with Japan, or they renewed the pact. I don't know how that happened, how it's possible that civs with different ideologies are just like so friendly. And we even have a spy in Japanese capital, I think. I got information like that Japan is currently marching an army for an attack on Isabella. And she doesn't care, she just wants this defensive pact, so sadly we will end up fighting Japan as well, but we can't afford to wait for this pact to end. I'm pretty sure it would fall apart in next like 10 or 15 turns, but 10 or 15 turns is way too long at this point. So let's declare. Yeah, diplomat evacuated. Okay, so we have one more spy somewhere. Here. Where can we send him? Can we send him to Greece, perhaps? Or maybe we can use him defensively. In Athens. Okay. Let's see how effective, especially our helicopter gunships are. Not as effective as I thought they would be. Well, it was a kill, but I thought they would be doing more damage. Okay, here. I'll just move back. You can do a little bit of damage here. Move back as well. Let's actually switch these two. Oh, we are too... like, not too tired. Don't have enough movement points, but this works. Okay, 45, 45. They shouldn't be able to ever catch us in the desert, so I want to use these units as a distraction, and as they're trying to catch us, we should be able to like keep destroying them because we have far superior mobility. I was even thinking about trying to attack Antwerp and cut off these cities, but I think we'll control these cities before it would be possible for our gunships to start attacking Antwerp. 1, 2, 3. I'm just checking how far we can afford to go with them. This should be safe. Now, our tanks will hold the line here. Maybe even here. And let's get ready with everything. I needed one more turn to get everything into position properly. Oh well. Okay. One thing that I'm missing, I wanted to get and didn't get in the end. I don't have any fighters yet, I just didn't have the money to buy them. But as we take the first city, it's gonna be then the first thing that I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy like 7 bombers for air sweeps. Not bombers, fighters for air sweeps. Okay, let's go. Let's start killing things. Do they have logistics? Nope. Can't attack anything here. Just thinking how close I want to leave my my cruisers. Oops. Let's see how dangerous it's gonna be leaving them basically on the coast. As you can see, we are doing quite a lot of damage to the city. So I want to have as many attacks as possible before she can send some range units. We even have multiple admirals here for instant repairs if we need that. Two, 3, 4, 7. Okay, this is how we're gonna end the first turn. You'll probably just move this way. And next turn we'll have significantly more ships for the bombardment. Now, how much damage can our mechanized infantry do to the machine gun? Not that much. probably shouldn't move too close, because moving in between these two cities, they'll be just asking for some one-shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if our artillery can kill some of the AA guns. Ah, come on, it's so close. Oh, it actually was enough. Okay, great. The machine gun here doesn't have any support. Let's take it out with bombers. And we can probably start the attack on the city as well, as long as we are just approaching from these sides. 2, 3. Okay, this is fine. Now with mechanized infantry, we have much better mobility. So hopefully we'll be able to retreat in case we or some of the units get into trouble. It'd be great if we could just get rid of this machine gun as well, but it has cover from this AA gun. I may still do it though, but the problem is if there are more AA guns here, I'd lose a bomber there. So let's just play it slow. Oh, I think we can actually move the gunships forward as well. I'm not sure if these machine guns will ever be good for anything, but we may as well use them or move them as well and see what happens. Okay, you have shorter range, you also have shorter range. This is a tile where we definitely don't want to be. You have range 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's hit the machine gun. And you, my friend, will be a replacement if needed. Now the question is, do we want to move the mechanized infantry forward? This is what I wanted to know. I want to know how many AA guns we are up against. Do I kill his merchant? Or her merchant? Well, I could either attack the machine gun, but I think I'd rather move the general and provide support for him. Okay, wait. I have workers all over the place, but mostly they're inside cities, so when we're gonna need them, I can immediately send them south. That's most likely where they're gonna be needed. I was just lazy. After doing like, I don't know, 500 airlifts, I just didn't want to do anymore. So I left workers where they were. Fine. Anything else? No. It's nice that at least for a short time, we'll have a war that's just localized to one area of the map, and we'll be fighting like all over the place. At least until someone else declares Greece has denounced Carthage. Good. Problem is that now processing of turns for the AIs takes quite some time. But it should actually get better as we vassalize more and more people. It speeds up their turns by quite a bit. Actually, Greece, it seems like he's not doing anything anymore. His turn is processed in like a second. It's mostly Spain and Bodica now as they're fighting, so there is more movement of units and everything. I'm quite curious how much damage we're gonna take here. I hope we don't lose anything, but on the first turn it's hard to say how hard she's gonna hit. We just fought an AI without authority. She does have authority, so that adds a lot of strength to her. Also, our units are now significantly more advanced. Really hard to say. Good thing she just moved all her AA guns away from Santander. Well, she left triplanes there. Triplanes here as well. We need those fighters for sweeps. How the hell did we take damage here? I mean, there's definitely not a city bombardment. It's just her triplanes just attacking a random unit. Okay. So you will move back. You will move forward. And you'll stay here. We have machine gun on the coast. I will try it and send in a bomber. I want to see how much damage we're gonna take from those triplanes. Let me check promotions of these units. No, nothing against the aircraft. I don't even remember last time I had to think about interception. I'm not sure if all the triplanes can intercept the first bomber, but I don't think so. Well, worst case scenario, I'm gonna lose a bomber. Maybe I should take one that has less experience if we have... Well, here we have one. No, it's fine. And yeah, it is just triplanes, right? So against normal bombers, they shouldn't be super strong. But as I said, I have basically no experience with the proper air combat. Because all my games, and before I get to that, this is the first game where we'll have proper end game wars. So how are we gonna do this? First, let's take out the machine gun. Now this is gonna be a mess. 1, 2, 3, 4. That still works. Biggest problem here is that some of these ships have like lower movement. They have different amount of attacks. Attack. should be able to attack with all of them. This is much easier than what I expected. Because we are talking about city with 1000 hit points, over 1000 hit points, and it will be going down in basically 2 turns. Maybe I should have waited. It's possible I'll be able to do the 400. And actually, we have the mechanized infantry. We can still take it. Hit points. When that garrison goes down, let's see how much damage he'll be doing. Ah, it's... How the hell? Is it that the aircraft somehow count as garrison? 2, 4, 6, 8. Actually, no, that's fine. It will be close. But we can actually do 1000 damage to a city in a turn. That's quite impressive. I'm just checking which buildings does she have. For example, I noticed she doesn't have research labs. So just checking which way she decided to go. But she has a military base. That actually tells us quite a lot about her tax. Annex. So she has rocketry. She most likely doesn't have radar. And she doesn't have plastics, it seems. She has atomic theory, yeah. I'm actually go nuclear fission, but then there's still the CN tower. But now when the happiness is not an issue anymore, I somehow managed to get back to 100% at one point. Maybe I can just pause. Go electronics. Wait, no. Electronics, then go nuclear fission. Just delay the telecommunications by 1 tag. Another option would be just completely forget about all of this and rush advanced ballistics to get the nuclear ban. I would like to get the battleships as soon as possible. You can always do it. Well, so much for rushing telecommunications. We can do it this way. Hoping that with some extra scientists we'll still be able to get there in time. It seems that most AIs are actually rushing these tags. Oh, now we need to grab... Actually, can we just fade by another great profit? We can. We're gonna need quite a few, so may as well buy them when I can. 11,500. Now it's time to get those fighters. I think I'll actually keep all the cities that we took. I thought I would have to pillage some of them, but you're able to stabilize. There's no reason. Carthage committed assassination in Rome. As long as they're assassinating people in Rome, I don't really care that much. Because I don't think there are any people coming up in the near future that you'd care about. We just care about scientists right now, and the closest scientists that are coming up are in like other cities, so it's actually fine that they're assassinating people there. Okay, so you will work on defense for a while, then courthouse, hospital research lab, I think. And wait. So we can now move our fleet. There has to be a Spanish fleet somewhere, and I don't want to run into that unprepared. I'll be careful. This is still safe, I think. And we know that she has access to destroyers, so it's not like we have any advantage on the sea. Right, let's move anything that can still move. Okay, wait. Now, can we get rid of this A gun? Helicopter gunships are just so damn strong. Yeah, we can get vision here, and that's too far, so we can send... Sure, we don't have any more. I thought we had a few more bombers left. How are we gonna do this? 1, 2, 3... 2, 3... Probably don't want to enter this tile. You have extra range. So what if I just moved you here and then move the artillery into position? Okay, so that's the artillery ready for next turn. I'll just take these 3 shots. This is basically gonna be like another naval siege. 2, 3. I'll leave these units where they are. Let's actually get some more vision. No. But just in case, I'll leave them here. We have more than enough around here. Oh, just send him back. I'll get rid of him. Wait. And the machine guns are basically just passing by. This may actually hurt. I can't get from this tile because it's in range of the machine gun. If I move the mechanized infantry on the hill, it's just asking to be killed again. Because then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 7 hits. I'll just do it. Forty-five. 45. And you can also keep moving. Okay guys, and I'm gonna make a quick cut here and just check why my computer is making some weird noise, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, so everything seems to be fine. I'll probably just have to clean the inside. Some fans seem to be not working at their full or peak efficiency. There's one thing that I wanted to do. Do I have... Come on, there has to be one unit that's not doing anything. There is one mechanized infantry. I just wanted to send one unit here into the desert against barbarians. Fine. What are we missing? Nothing. Next. I can probably send workers south already. Do we... He actually didn't pillage a single tile. And I can't do anything as long as this guy is alive. Never mind. There's still more ships coming. Actually surprised me a little bit as I started stacking up all of our units. How many we actually have. As they were spread out, so you're fighting on like 4 different places. Alexander finished Manhattan, okay. It didn't feel like we had that many. I knew that we had a lot of units, but when they all stacked up and created this huge army with the fleet, it actually felt pretty impressive. Oh, and I forgot to buy those units. Should get a ton of money from this war, so should be able to basically rush all buildings and buy like 40 more units perhaps. We'll need coal. We are at -1 coal right now. Where is the closest coal? Here. That's not that far. She has now triplanes everywhere. It's interesting that the heirs are not building bombers at all. Okay, we lost a unit. I definitely didn't expect her to counterattack. Can we take the city on this turn? It's very unlikely with the A gun. there. Okay, so where do I have to be if I want to stay out of bombardment range? Here. I'll be in bombardment range of this city. This will provide probably cover for Bodica's units. So they should be able to get to the coast. They'll of course all die, but it's gonna be another distraction. So it's actually great. Oh, that would be a one-shot? Really? It's interesting that it wouldn't be one-shot here. Two, three, four. So if I attack, now it should be a kill. Can I get rid of the Aegon? I'm pretty sure I can. How many more are there? There's one, there's two. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're at 100%, maybe I would risk it. I really don't want to lose my bombers. I could try to take out the Aegon. 1, 2, 3. So I have to move like this. One, two, three, four, five. I'm just thinking how many units I can kill this turn. How much damage can I do to this city? Not enough. Even if I attack with everything. You'll attack here. Move back. That's 1. Now you can safely attack here. Two, three. if I had a unit capable of taking the city this turn, I'd probably send the bombers in. But even if I take the city down to 0, I won't be able to take it. Yeah, this mechanized infantry is closest. But it still can't go this way. I'd have to get 2 kills. I can't send bombers to get rid of the infantry because of these AA guns. So there is no point in sending the bombers in. I'll just do more damage. Wait. Okay, now can we take out the stupid machine gun? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna make a cut here. I may as well move the units off camera, and let's just check all the pop-ups before we end this. I just commit assassination. I don't like this because now they're assassinating people in other cities, and I think they actually assassinated the scientist that is coming up next. So, or that was coming up next. I'm pretty sure this was less than I was it. Actually, not sure. I'm surprised that we lost the infantry, but I knew that it was risky going here. There are just too many range units. I know that I need coal, working on that. And production. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, first of all, that's one thing, and come on, where is it? Yeah, on one wire service. Okay. So now it's gonna be the last thing. We want to buy those zeros. I really don't remember the last time I bought fighters. How much money do we have? 6,000. I'll get the city next turn, so might as well spend all the money. Okay. Let's check the first level up. We don't care about enemy aircraft that much, I think. I think we want dogfighting? Combat performing air sweep. Yeah. And I'll do all the level ups like this. I hope that's the right level up though. Okay, so for today we are done. I hope that you like this episode. I hope that you're gonna join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.